In my opinion, Psychic Rover might be one of the best cards in the game. But what makes Psychic Rover so broken? Well, there are two answers to that question. The first is Psychic Rover's effect. When Psychic Rover gets sent to the graveyard, you can roll a dice, and if you get a 2, 3, 4, 5, he is coming back to the field. Here he is. Now, the second effect is when he is special summoned, you can roll a dice. If you get a 1 or a 6, you can pop 2 cards. I've got that 6 so I can change the outcome to be 1 of 6 guaranteed, but I can pop up to 2 cards. And I can pop myself, spin him again. Like, there is no limit to the amount of spins I can do on this guy. This card is broken. And he's back. Again. And we're going to spin. Again. We get a 1. And yeah. There goes my opponent's field. If he gets banished, it's tough. But other than that, he's pretty much immortal. Okay, so the plan of this video is basically to win. That's really about it. Okay, so duel number 1. Let's go. So this is a pretty good opening hand. I like what I see right now. Foolish Burial lets me send 1 card to my graveyard so we can start the Psychic Rover engine. Dice Reroll lets me reroll cards. Don't want to put both of them just in case, but you know what, let's do it. Emergency Teleport will let me summon the Psychic, but it gets banished, so I don't want to risk it. And Telekinetic Power Well lets me summon Psychics from my graveyard, so I've got a good hand. And he's coming back. Yep, he's got a freeze. So you know what? Good first hand. Good opening turn. I like what I've done. Over to my opponent. They play the Lightning Storm. It's not great, but I can live with it because I get to pop both my traps just in case I need Psychic Rover to re-roll. So, not too bad. So, it looks like my opponent is going to be a Blue Eyes player. And I don't hate that. Like, I feel I'm okay. And their hand is looking kind of, like, weak right now. But yeah, I'll play with this. This is good. Okay, you know what? This is playable, you know? So, I've got 1 dice reroll if I need it. And, you know, I'm going to spin it. He's coming back. Don't need to reroll. Put him in defense mode. Spin him 1 more time. I got a 1. I'll pop both cards because, you know, why not? My opponent's field is looking empty. I get that 6 and basically I can make any dice roll a 1 or 6. So this is a pretty strong board. Yeah, so let's see what my opponent does now. Doesn't look like much, and I kind of need to start doing damage now to win with just Psychic Rover. But I've popped the just 6, so that's also a thing to worry about, and I've got a draw. Okay, so I've got this Sprite card that can give my level 2s 1400 attack points. I could get out 2 Psychic Rovers now, but I figure let's just stick with the 1 and bring out the next if we need it, you know? So it looks like it's going to be another quiet turn from my opponent. They are getting more cards though, which is looking a bit dangerous, but I'm feeling okay about this. Isn't too bad. Okay, so I've got 1 Day of Peace and I can reuse my Sprite card to get another 1400, which is some decent damage. And I figure I'm going to play 1 Day of Peace because I don't really care. And yeah, so my opponent doesn't do much again, but they're drawing more. This looks easy, but when you play against this deck, and if you've not seen it, it's really hard to play against. So I think my opponent's trying to find a way to kind of win in 1 turn and avoid all this rolling. Alright, by this point now, my opponent should have something he can do. And yeah, he remanages to summon out Tyrant Dragon. But I'm not worried, I've got Psychic Rover. I keep letting my trap activate to put some psychological pressure on him. And we roll the dice. I get unlucky, and 1 Psychic Rover is gone. But luckily, you'll see me bring them all back again. So, I've got options. I can get 2 Psychic Rovers out, but if I do this, they will be banished. So what I have to do is destroy them. First of all, I'm going to destroy my opponent's back 2 cards. Then I'm going to summon... Oh, they split their blue eyes. I'm going to summon another Psychic Rover, and this time, I need it to destroy itself. So that 6 lets me destroy both of them, which is cool. He comes back. My opponent does something, that's fine. Psychic Rover comes back at this point, and then I can destroy the other one, which will avoid it being banished. Yep. And also I can use Power Well to bring back all 3 from the graveyard if I get unlucky with dice rolls. So I give my Psychic Rover Mage Power, and you know what? We're putting some damage on the board. I like this. And my opponent must be sick. So my opponent now has been waiting for like, what is 40 seconds, but I've just sped it up to make life a lot easier for us. And this is actually a very, very hard board to break. I mean, they've used Heavy Storm already. They have a Duster, that's not great. But the Psychic Rovers will just keep coming back, and they scoop. So that's a win as far as I'm concerned. So here's a question. What's better than 1 Psychic Rover? 3 Psychic Rovers. We're going to skip past 2. So I like my opening hand. I'm thinking I could get some Psychic Rovers out there right now, but I don't know why. I just feel like let's go really slow and hope I don't get a 1-turn killed. So my opponent, just checking my deck again, is not doing much, and that looks good for me. So you might be wondering, why not have set your Psychic Rovers before? And that's because I'm trying to win the game with Psychic Rover. I like having something to be able to pop. So I activate the reroll, which I think is pretty good. I got ways to give them attack, and right now I'm happy to put both in the graveyard. So worst comes to worst, I should be getting back both Psychic Rovers, and I draw 1 more. This is going to be a great game. Sometimes I'll speed it up and zoom in, but honestly, I'm having fun with this, and I think it's nice to see proper play at speed sometimes. 1's back. Okay, and now we use the reroll, so this is as good a turn as any technically. Also, I put in Fairy Box just to annoy my opponent because I think it's funny. And also, I kind of need a way to deal damage, so I was thinking have Psychic Rover go to the graveyard and come back, and then force my opponent to hit. So they need to get lucky on a coin toss first, and then a dice roll as well. Unlucky. They would need to get lucky, so I would need to get unlucky, and look at this board. So yeah, good luck getting past this and the Fairy Box. I don't know why the Sprite Gamma Burst doesn't pop, but oh well. So I won't say this board is unbreakable, but it does look pretty tough. Still, my opponent has like 5 cards in hand, so they could have something. I have no idea what this Bujini Wang does, and I don't know what this field spell does either. So that's going to be a bit of gimmicks. This is not nice. So it might make sense to put the Psychic Rover in defense to get damage off the Fairy Box, because I need to win somehow. But let's just keep giving my opponents obstacles to get past. Yeah. I get lucky, so they're staying. Though he'd probably come back anyway. And my Sprite card activates now, so okay. Okay, that's a good draw. So I can get back 1 Psychic Rover, and I also have a card that can get back any number of Psychic Rovers. So I'm liking this. Yeah, I'm going to keep Fairy Box. I've got the life points, and I got to play this just right. Let me attack with 1 Psychic Rover, pop him, and hope I get lucky in the graveyard. Here we go. Come on. Do it. And he's coming back. Bring him back. Hope I get lucky with the pop, If not, do it maybe twice or 3 times more. Unlucky. Here we go again. What I'm thinking is, if I have all 3 at 1200, that's 3600, and then next turn I get a oh, he's coming back. Next turn I get 1200 as well, so I might be able to do about unlucky, maybe 4000 damage. Yeah, I'm not trying it again, but okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And yep, I feel like it was a good trade between life points towards risk, but you never know. Alright, so opponent's turn now, and then what's so hard about it is your opponent who is playing a meta deck should be able to get past this, but it's really hard trying to work out what the out is. And then we'll spin the fairy box again. Spin, is that correct? And Psychic Rover comes back in defense. Let's give it one more pop. No. So everything is staying. And then I get another really good card. That 6 basically guarantees I can get a 1 or 6 regardless of the roll. If I get A1 or A6, then I'm in trouble in the graveyard. But other than that, I think this is playable. Okay, so I'm going to use Sprite Gamma Burst now just to get rid of this whatever monster it is, because my life points are getting dangerously low. They're not so low I need to panic, but they're not so high that I can keep crashing Psychic Rover into this. I might have 1, maybe 2 crashes left, and let's play defensive and hope I can draw another Sprite Gamma Burst. Okay, so my opponent's turn goes by pretty quick. They don't really do that much. They summon some card. I don't know how it works. I pop that 6, so I should be okay for Psychic Rovers. I've got a way to get 1 back and all of them back. Cup of Ace, like, I'm playing a Psychic Rover deck. I have to gamble. Doesn't work out, but we wall up with that wall. But my life points are low. I've only got 4 more turns of Fairy Box, so I need a win somewhere. Alright, so the next 2 turns go by pretty quickly. My opponent, I think's worked out their best play now is either to draw or kind of pass the game back to me and see what I do on Fairy Box. Or that's what they should have done at least. So, yeah, I do 700 damage, which is good, but not great. This card, not great. I have to give up Fairy Box now. So the game's a bit more live, I suppose. Yeah, okay, we're playing now. We're playing the game of Yugi Mans. Is my opponent going to attack, summon? What's his plan? I think he summons into something, but I still feel okay with the board and the life points. Okay, and we're in turn 12 now, so some back and forth action. My opponent goes for it, and then I bring back Psychic Rover. And I decide I'll use that 6, so I'm guaranteed to pop something. I pop 1 card and pop myself, and unluckily for me, it doesn't work out. But that's okay. Right, well, I guess I'm going to use Monster Reborn, get back that Psychic Rover. That's a special summon, so I get a roll, and that 6 guarantees me a pop. And I go, you know what? I'm going to pop myself. I don't know what this card does. I'm going to pop 1 card. You know what? I'm going to pop 2 cards and just leave it like this. Pass it over to my opponent. And at this point, I'm like, yeah, my opponent scoops. So, 3 Psychic Rovers. Good time. So there's just one more thing I want to do with Psychic Rover. So the card Shadow Priestess of Ohm has a quite interesting effect. I contribute 1 face-up dark monster I have to inflict 800 points of damage to my opponent. And I'm sure you can guess by now, Psychic Rover is a dark monster. So in theory, if I get both of these cards out there, I could have an infinite loop. And here you just see me do a bit of play with my opponent. So I've already won with Psychic Rover by itself. I've already won with a Psychic Rover deck. Now I just want to burn my opponent to death with Psychic Rover in a loop. And yeah, it's happening. It's happening. So let's slow down and just enjoy the game. What's great is this isn't a combination you've probably seen before. And that's one of the things. This deck isn't better than most other decks. It's just this line is very hard to stop unless you can plan for it. So right now, I have the ability to bring out Shadow Priestess and Psychic Rover. And well, he's coming out. Ah, there he is, our goat. And you know what? I might as well spin him. Unlucky, doesn't matter. Here we go. Like, I wonder what my opponent's thinking. We send him to graveyard. And then we roll him again. Also, I've got 2 telekinetic power wells. That means I can bring him back twice. So as long as I get 3 pops a piece, and maybe once 4, I should be able to win the game. I could get very unlucky, but odds are I'm gonna win this. He's back again. And now I can destroy my opponent's field. At this point, wait, was that Frost? That guy. So at this point, my opponent's probably annoyed, but God bless them, they haven't scooped yet. We're going to do it again. With each pop and each 800 points of damage, I become more mathematically certain of winning this game via burn damage. So I need 6 more. And I'm guaranteed to get at least 3. Because he's going to come back twice. With my spell cards. Halfway there. Not yet. And he's back. At this point, I'm like, okay, we're almost there. Come on, a few more times. Again, I could get really, really, really unlucky. But I think we're good. And he's back. I think at this point now, it's guaranteed I've won. 1 more pop. No, not yet, not yet, not yet. 1 more pop. Now, if he comes back this time, wait. Yes, now I'm guaranteed to win. So, Psychic Rover came in clutch. Will I go 8 for 8? Come on, come on, come on. Ooh, we went 6 for 8. But that doesn't matter. He's coming back. I don't know why my opponent stayed. Was he farming experience for gems, or is it a good sport? Yep, at this point, honestly, it is over. Psychic Rover has won the game for me. Well, there might be something in his hand, but he would have played it by now. Okay, hear me out. I didn't have to do this, but I decided to attack with Psychic Rover because why not? And then, yeah, good game. Offer a handshake? No? Okay. Psychic Rover. This was fun. As usual, if you want to stay and watch the video and song at the end, feel free. If not, have a good day.
Shuffle up, let's start the show. Deep in the deck where the shadows glow. Psychic Rover lurking inside, waiting for the moment, time to collide. Flip the top, yeah, here he comes. Jumping out, loading up those guns. Pop the field, leave a den. You thought you were safe, that's what he meant. Send him to grave, think he's done. Roll the die, let's have some fun. Fate decides, so let's see. Is he back or is it GG? In the grave, roll a 2, 3, 4, 5. He's coming back, yeah, he's alive. Wrecking boards, make them disappear. Bouncing back, nah, try again. Rover's rolling, the pain won't end. Zone is locked, pressure's tight. Break your board in the dead of night. You set your cards, made your play, but Psychic Rover don't obey. Send him to grave, think he's done. Roll the die, let's have some fun. Fate decides, so let's see. Is he back or is it GG? In the grave, roll a 2, 3, 4, 5. He's coming back, yeah, he's alive. Roll a 1 or 6, oh no, oh no. You're in trouble, yeah, there you go. Popping off straight from the deck. Psychic Rover better come correct. Dice keep spinning, hope it lands. Rover's fate in destiny's hands. Breaking boards, no remorse. Rolling high, feel the force. Graveyard trap, yeah, set the scene. Psychic Rover, the comeback machine. Dice is rolling, stakes are high. Will he land or wave goodbye? He's got no chains but still breaks through. Wrecking boards like wrecking crews. Stack your plays, think you're set. Rover's here, place your bets. Youth one, not so fast. Rover's rolling, make it last. Summon back, one more fight. Another pop, another fright. Break your field, watch it fall. One good roll and I take it all. From the grave or from the deck. Psychic Rover, show respect. Psychic Rover.